This man had only eaten an egg he snatched from a monkey. He had no idea that his cells were already thrown into chaos. Some bizarrely shaped bacteria crawled out from the egg residue. They were planning a quiet invasion of his body, but they were caught by the patrolling white blood cell sheriff. The bacteria jumped in a car and sped away. In a desperate moment, the sheriff fired a bacteria buster shot, but he missed and hit the nerve in the man's thigh. His leg cramped up and he collapsed onto the floor. The sheriff was then scolded by the chief for 2 whole hours. He thought it was just an ordinary cold, but the real crisis was brewing inside the man's mouth. A mutant virus slashed through his throat lining with its claws. His entire throat flared up and erupted like lava. Regular bacteria got instantly dissolved on contact. Even though the man's throat started to hurt, he still ignored the warning signs, grabbing a box of expired cold medicine and downing it casually. Right then the sheriff was welcoming the cold medicine agent on the chief's orders. The agent floated in midair with a Gatling gun attached to his left arm. Together they got into a car and headed for the throat. His throat was now swollen and inflamed everywhere. A swarm of white cells were frantically putting out fires. The agent immediately opened his ammo bay and loaded a freeze shot, spraying freezing mist at the swollen areas non-stop. Wherever it hit, the swelling froze into solid ice. While the agent was unloading non-stop, the sheriff slipped away to check other zones. He stumbled upon a strange puddle of slime. Curious, he kept exploring. A kind-hearted bacterium appeared and warned him about a rampaging mutant virus. Before the sheriff could ask more, the agent froze the helpful bacteria on the spot. The lead the sheriff had found vanished instantly. Meanwhile, the virus had arrived at the main bacteria base, threatening the rest to bow down and help him with a big plan. Without any more clues, the sheriff had to call the brain library for intel, but even the brain had never seen a virus this terrifying. To make things worse, the man had gone to the park, where pollen was flying everywhere and invading his nose. The cells in his nose fired off mucus to block the invaders, but the mutant virus sneaked into the control room and removed the control cell. A nearby bacteria sidekick thought the big plan was just to cause a cold, but he didn't realize this was only step 1. The virus' real goal was to delay the man from going to the hospital. Clueless, the cell president was busy praising the agent for his achievements, celebrating the success of the anti-inflammation mission. The sheriff grabbed the president and told him this wasn't just a simple cold. The president's face darkened and he ordered the sheriff to be thrown out. Then he put on a smile again and resumed the live broadcast.